Hey everybody, Lex DeVille here, back for another lesson. Advanced proposal writing course for Upwork, and we're going to be talking about social proof and credibility. So these are just kind of some, add-ons, modifiers for your proposals that are going to strengthen them. It's going to make it stronger. It's going to make you look and feel more like an authority to the client. And what that translates to is you're showing them that you're the person that can get the job done. This is how you show them. It's not telling them you can do the job. It's not saying, I have a degree in creative writing, therefore I can write an amazing novel. That's telling them you can do it based on qualifications. That's not showing. To show would be to say, I've written 4 novels and they were all New York Times bestsellers. Now that would be a lot of credibility, right? And they were shared 10,000 times. That would be social proof. So which one of those would you pick if you were a client? Are you going to pick the person who says, I've got a degree in this and I've got a degree in creative writing so I can write novels, but they've never written a novel? That doesn't tell you they can do the job. It just tells you they want to do the job, which isn't what you want. You want somebody who can get the job done right, and you want somebody who can help you make money or help you accomplish whatever goal it is that you as a client are trying to accomplish. So whenever you hear someone say they've actually done that thing, or they have experience in that in some way, shape, or form, or they have some other credibility markers, that helps a lot. Or if they say they've written novels that got shared by a lot of people, that's social proof. And that just builds up your credibility, it builds up your authority status, and it builds up your legitimacy as a freelancer. So social proof, let's talk about the difference between social proof and credibility. So social proof is it would actually be considered a credibility marker. So credibility would be the high level thing, and then you would have social proof under credibility as a credibility marker. There's many credibility markers, and then there's many social proof markers. You could have social proof could be getting a whole bunch of shares. So if somebody shares your Facebook post or your YouTube video and it goes viral and you get 1 million shares, that's a lot of social proof. If you are a video editor and you got 1 million shares on a video, that's proof that you can get a video to go viral. So that's powerful stuff. Or if you made a video but it was for a client, and so you don't directly have an example of that, but the client posted it and that got 10,000 shares, that's still virality, it's still social proof. Social proof could be testimonials. It could be clients saying good things about you. It could be reviews on your portfolio, on your Upwork portfolio, that are 5-star reviews and they've left you some glowing text in there saying this guy is the greatest ever, he did really good for us. That's social proof. It's other people backing you in some way, shape, or form, backing you up, saying that yes, you are credible or you are an authority. Now you don't need them to say that, so you don't actually need, you don't have to have reviews to create social proof. You don't have to have the past client or another person directly saying that you are the best thing since sliced bread. You can actually just reference those people. So you can reference a past client by saying, I worked with a client that needed something just like what you did, and I delivered the work, and that client loved it. In fact, he loved it so much, he gave me more work, and he actually sent me some referrals, and I started working with some of his friends. Now, notice what we're doing. First of all, we're talking about having worked with a client on a similar job. So that's social, right? Because we've already worked with a person on something like this, and that person liked it, so they gave us more work. So that's more proof coming in from this person. You can name drop the client if they're a big celebrity. That kind of helps add some proof to your social proof. It kind of adds some oomph to it. If you can say, I worked with, who's a good person? I don't know. I wrote part of Tony Robbins' novel. If I name drop like that, that's a big social proof marker, and it's also a big credibility marker. But if I say I worked with past clients on something similar, and then I say that client referred me to his friends, he's sharing me with his friends. We're getting more social proof. And I worked with those people and they gave me good reviews also. That shows the client that I've not only done some of the work, but the people liked it. And this doesn't even have to be paid gigs. It could be free work that you've done that other people liked. And you're not actually sending the client to them. You're not giving them references to go check out. You're just saying, yeah, I worked with this person and this was the result. If you don't have any social proof, then you may need to look to other credibility markers to kind of back you up. And I tend to think that like the more credibility markers you have, the better. You don't really just need social proof. I just like to mention that one because it's often an easy one that a lot of freelancers have because you've already worked with people. Credibility markers, there's a lot of stuff that can prove that you are a credible authority. What might prove that to a client though? We have to look at what is relevant to the client and the job that they're needing done. So if the client needs a creative writer for romance short stories, valuable credibility markers might be that you've written 25 romance novels and that 10 of those were werewolf romance short stories. And so already you're building credibility. You're showing that you've already done these things. Then if you said they got shared 10,000 times, now you're adding another credibility marker. If you say you generated profit on that of $10,000 in a week, then now you've added a big number, a big profit number, a direct result. You're kind of showing conversions in a way. You're at least showing sales. You could show sales. You could say we made 10,000 sales in a 2-week period. That's credibility. These are little credibility markers. Other things that you can use, if you get media or publicity attention. So let's say you make a blog post about creative writing or short storytelling, and it gets featured on Forbes or Entrepreneur or Business Insider, then you would say that to them. You would say, hey, well, I also got featured on Business Insider for my post on romance short story writing or on novel writing or on whatever it is, whatever that's related. So you're looking for anything that builds up your authority. That's what credibility is, and you want to find ways to weave that into your proposal. You want to do this do it in a sensible way. Don't just slap every credibility marker you can think of in there just to have it. Your education can be a credibility marker. So if you have a degree in creative writing, that could be valuable here. But if your degree is in nuclear physics, don't list that. They don't care. That's not relevant. If your work history is working as an editor for Barnes & Noble or some other, some big publishing company, if you are J.K. Rowling's editor, definitely list that. But if you worked at McDonald's last year, or you've worked at McDonald's for 10 years, don't list that. That's not going to be relevant to a creative writing or short story job. So you want to list relevant social proof, relevant credibility markers. In the resources below, I've listed some additional credibility markers and social proof that you can add into your profile. Just be sensible about it. Don't straight list it out like a bullet point. You don't want to list it out like bullet points. You want to just write it into the paragraph like you're telling a friend. Like, hey man, I can help you out with that job, and here's why. Because I've already done that job for these people. There's the results we got. Direct results are always the best, by the way. People referred me, and we had a great time, and they gave me good feedback. So that's credibility and social proof. And as you weave these into your profile, the more relevant they are, and the more credibility you add in there, the more authority you're going to have. The client's going to say, yes, this person hit this point and this point and this point and this point. They are definitely competent enough to do this job. That makes me confident that they can do the job. Therefore, I am comfortable moving forward with them, and that's when you're going to get the interview. That's all I've got for this lesson. Thank you so much for watching. I am Lex DeVille, and I will see you in the next lesson.